Is the ISS about to go commercial? Heads up, investors, the International Space Station might soon be up for grabs. Trump is planning to cut off funding to the ISS after 2024 and wants to instead turn it over to the private sector. In his vision of events, the space station would be a commercially run venture. NASA won't be managing, and it will be just another client. Of course, at the moment, the president doesn't have anything specific in mind, but he will be requesting $150 million in funding to hammer out the plan. For all we know, it could be goodbye science experiments and hello space hotels. Or not, because, man, that's an expensive ride. If the U.S. does give up its space outpost, there's no doubt Russia and China are going to swoop in to lead the space race. Apart from Trump and NASA's new administrator, though, no one else seems on board with this privatization mission. Even Ted Cruz called the idea extremely stupid. Here's hoping someone, everyone, can stop this madness. Ugh, Donald.
How will Donald Trump build his border wall? Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump boldly declared last summer that he would build a great wall along the border between the U.S. and Mexico, and that nobody builds walls better than him. Months later, Trump continues to stand by these claims and insist that Mexico will pay for the wall's construction. According to engineers, for Donald Trump's proposed border wall to be effective, it has to be at least 20 feet high above ground and stretch 5 feet below ground. Trump told MSNBC in early February he was envisioning something between 35 to 40 feet tall. In terms of building material, cinder blocks are readily accessible and they would make a sturdy wall. However, stacking each block one by one is labor-intensive. Casting liquid concrete into formwork along the border is another option, but walls made this way are usually weak when they solidify in dry, hot environments. Lining up precast concrete panels and reinforcing them with steel is the most plausible option. The wall would look like a large version of concrete highway walls. By multiplying the wall's price per square foot by the number of miles the wall would cover, Trump estimates that his wall will cost around $8 billion. His calculation does not include construction costs, the cost of building on different terrain, as well as the cost of buying private land. Factors like these could cause the price to be upwards of $15 billion. So it's a good thing Mexico is footing the bill. But Mexico may not have received the memo. A few weeks ago, former Mexican President Felipe Calderón reportedly said that Mexicans are not going to pay any single cent for such a stupid wall.
If you build it, they won't come. No, they'll still come. Construction began on 8 different border wall prototype designs on Otay Mesa on Tuesday. Contractors now have 30 days to complete their walls. 4 of the prototypes will be concrete, while the other 4 will be made of various materials. All of the walls will be between 18 to 30 feet high and 30 feet long. 6 contractors from around the country were picked to build the prototypes. Their bids range from $300,000 to $500,000. The border wall project is underway despite lack of congressional funding. Estimates for the cost of the border wall have ranged up to $38 billion. The Department of Homeland Security is planning to pay for the prototypes with internal funds taken from other programs. Trump updates travel ban. The Trump administration has unveiled an updated travel ban to make America safe by blocking certain foreign nationals from entering the country. Beginning October 18th, new U.S. travel restrictions will be implemented for visitors from 8 countries, an expansion of the controversial travel ban that took effect in January. The original ban included Iraq, Iran, Syria, Somalia, Yemen, Sudan, and Libya. Iraq and Sudan have been removed, while North Korea, Chad, and Venezuela were added to the list. The new rules vary per country, but will not affect legal permanent residents, nor those who already hold a valid U.S. visa. Restrictions on Venezuela focus on government officials and their families. Despite not being included in the ban, Iraqi citizens will reportedly face enhanced scrutiny when visiting the country. In justifying the ban, officials claim other governments had met U.S. requests for biometric passports or information on terrorists and criminals, but the 8 banned countries failed to do the same. Trump's initial travel ban has been widely criticized for religious discrimination, but despite the addition of non-Muslim nations to the new ban, critics believe it is still essentially a Muslim ban.